As we all know, SBA lending has declined significantly in the past year. The credit crunch is posing tremendous challenges to small businesses in this nation. We read the papers, we listen to the news, and all we hear is the credit crunch that small businesses are. The secondary market is frozen. What role can SBDCs play in assisting businesses as they seek capital in this difficult economy?
Madam Chairwoman, that's a very good question. You're absolutely correct. The access to capital is at the worst level we've ever seen. I think the national figures are SBA loans are off by 57%. Mm-hmm. I would believe that in the two districts that we have in Florida, Jacksonville and Miami, they're at least at that level. SBDCs across the country rely on SBA tools. They rely on SBA loan programs to present those to small businesses. I think the reality is that there are what we see now is a lot of other non-bank lenders, credit unions, savings and loans, also getting into that market. And SBDCs, as I would guess all of the other SBA entrepreneurial development programs, try to do what's best for the small business owner or entrepreneur who's starting a business. They shop the best deal possible for businesses. I believe that with the, in terms of the SBDC's case, with a rebuilding of the capacity of SBDCs, you would see a higher level of marketing of SBA programs as long as there's an increased funding of those critical SBA loan programs.
Let me ask Mr. Wolf, how can entrepreneurial development services be designed to ensure that new firms can access capital at a time when credit is so tight?
Madam Chairwoman, the credit issue right now is not a matter of people always being aware of the money. Many people are aware of SBA funding at this point. The challenge is internally, they don't know how or what types of funding they need. They don't have properly structured financials. Mm-hmm. They don't have insights in terms of why are they declining in sales, how might they recover those declines, and as a result, they present to a lender a very high-risk credit. And if you are looking at adapting, I think the focus is to reach out with the programs, actively go out to the business, because they're not going to tell you that they're having trouble until you actually develop a level of trust with them, and then work with them to look at what's happening within their operation, what types of capital or debt they currently have, is it appropriate for what they're using it for, which what we're finding is it's not. They're using lines of credit to make capital purchases, which is a very bad thing to be doing. And then look at what other sources there are. Community Development Block Grant funds, EDA funds, SBA funds. Private lenders are looking for ways to mitigate risk, but they need someone who can validate the strength of the business model, the strength of the adjustment to the economy, and then how are they going to move forward since most of them now no longer have collateral.
Mr. Blackburn.
Yes.
The needs of small businesses is constantly changing, and SBA programs must be flexible to adapt to those changes.
Certainly.
For example, last year, energy costs were crippling as small business owners, and today is the lack of credit. So, in your opinion, does the Small Business Training Network have the ability to adapt and meet the new needs of small entrepreneurs?
Well, basically, the platform that you have now is a very static platform. There are some courses that can easily be put up, but they're really not as intense as they should be. As I mentioned before, you can't really develop a business plan in a 35-minute course, a PowerPoint course. I mean, there are 22 courses in there, but they really don't have the depth to assist a small business owner or a potential entrepreneur to either develop a business plan or a marketing plan or how to survive in these times. I think that some of the investment that would be put into distance learning would be a tremendous savings in terms of not having to provide those that same guidance counseling to entrepreneurs in the centers. So right now, it is not adaptable. It could be much more adaptable if it had a learning management based on a learning management platform. And I think that the SBA should have the vision to be able to harness the technology. I mean, distance learning is a $31 billion business in this country. And every university, every college and university in the country has a sound distance learning program. There's no reason why the SBA cannot have that.
Thank you.